If Kanye West suffers from psychosis, his insurance may cover his expenses from canceling his tour. Justin Bieber punches a fan in Europe while arriving at his concert. And Mariah Carey breaks her silence after her split with James Packer. Plus, all the best celeb sightings of the week from our team of over 2,000 photographers around the world. That's all on Splash, the paparazzi's own TV show. Well, Kanye West is dealing with a serious issue of being hospitalized and put on psychiatric evaluation. He can begin to breathe easy about one thing: the millions of dollars he lost and could owe by abruptly canceling his tour. According to TMZ, Kanye could have lost nearly $30 million in potential earnings from the concerts he canceled, but he could also owe the venues he's still on contract with, unless his insurance deems that he suffered an accident or illness. It's reported that Kanye took out an insurance policy that covers his expenses and will pay him for what he would have made in the event that his psychiatric emergency was an involuntary illness and made him incapable to continue his tour. However, TMZ also reports that if Kanye knew about this pre-existing condition and didn't tell his insurer, or his illness was caused by unreasonable or capricious behavior, then he could still be liable for expenses. Still, with his wife Kim Kardashian and family by his side, we're pretty sure the last thing they care about is money and are far more focused on his health.
Mr. Frigno, how are you, sir? You're limping. How is your health?
My health is good.
Okay, you're limping. Just wanted to make sure that you're...
I twisted my leg this morning.
Ah, gotcha. All right.
What's up with Justin Bieber getting into fights when he's traveling abroad? We guess jet lag doesn't agree with him. But this time, it's reported that Justin Bieber was putting on a concert in Barcelona when he punched a fan in the face from the backseat of his car after the fan leaned in to say hello. It's not just reported. There's video of the incident. The 22-year-old obviously felt like his space was invaded and left the encroaching fan with a bloody lip. The fan reportedly said, "He just punched me. I touched his face like this and he went boom." We guess that's the first lesson here. Maybe don't touch someone's face without permission. However, we guess Bieber didn't have to jab the guy in the face. He could have just continued driving off. After recently telling a crowd in Manchester to stop screaming, he released a statement on Twitter saying, "There's times when I get upset, times when I get angry, there's time when I'm going to be frustrated, but I'm always going to be myself on this stage." Brawlin' Bieber strikes again. Brad Pitt's alleged outburst towards his son Maddox may have led to a split from Angelina Jolie, but at least it's not going to lead him to any trouble with the feds. According to the New York Post's page 6, the FBI released a statement saying that they would no longer be pursuing any investigation against Pitt for his actions aboard a private jet, where he allegedly had an argument with his 15-year-old son. Angelina filed for divorce after the incident. Her attorney apparently said it was for the health of the family, and Angelina is seeking full custody of their family. Brad reportedly would like joint custody. The divorce proceedings for Brad and Angelina are far from over, but at least with the FBI done investigating, it's one less roadblock for them to get through.
Hannah, how are you? Hannah, I got a quick question for you. So there's a lot of talk that Bella Hadid is going to be promoting Nike, right? Yeah. And a lot of athletes, since you're kind of in the, you're married to an athlete, you're a model, a lot of athletes, Merle Davis just came out and said they don't think models who are not athletes should be promoting Nike and Adidas in athletic wear.
I think plenty of people who are not athletes wear Nike, so there shouldn't be a problem with that.
All right.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
All right.
For her.
I gotcha. All right. So that makes, so that's good. So you don't think modeling athletic wear should be exclusive to athletes then?
No, not at all.
I'm with you on it. I agree. How are things?
Good, thank you.
All right. Derek?
It's all good.
All right.
It's kind of chilly here today.
It is a little chilly. Oh, so you're signing Hannah Jeter now, huh?
That's my name.
All right.
Everyone still says Davis.
Oh, so you still sign Hannah Davis?
No, it's just,
Is that a J or a D? No, that's a D.
It says Davis, but it's Jeter.
All right.
I don't have anything that says Davis.
Emmy Rossum's engagement to fiancé Sam Esmail wasn't so awesome. Sure, the actress is happily engaged, but not every girl dreams of being proposed to when they're naked in the bathtub, which is how it went down for Emmy. She tells the talk show Chelsea, "I happened to be in the bathtub when it happened, and then I realized that it was happening. And then I got out of the bathtub because I didn't want the story to be that I was in the bathtub when it was happening. And then I got cold as it was still going on, got back in the bathtub. It was a comedy of errors, but it all worked out." We've heard of drinking bubbly after an engagement, but a bubble bath? But don't worry, Emmy was always more excited for marriage than the proposal itself. She tells the show, "I was more excited about the idea, the concept of marriage and togetherness with the person in unity." We guess if Emmy ever told her fiancé that she didn't want a public proposal, he sure knows how to listen. Mariah Carey is breaking her silence about her split from former fiancé James Packer. Ellen DeGeneres wasn't afraid to breach the issue with the diva, especially since she now has a reality docuseries coming out that examines her highly publicized relationship with the Australian billionaire mogul. Mariah was asked how she was doing mentally after the breakup, and the singer says she's doing well. "No, everything happens for a reason. Things are the way they are." Truthfully, Mariah didn't seem so keen to fully discuss the situation, saying that it was kind of difficult to talk about it at the moment. But she proved that she was able to make a public appearance and address the drama in her life. Her show, Mariah's World, premieres on December 4th and will likely give her fans a much more intimate look at her life.
How's it going, Mara? What's the name of your puppy?
This is Fifi.
Binky?
Fifi.
Fifi, that is so adorable.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, bye.
It looks like Tyga's birthday celebration ended with a bang. Literally. Kylie Jenner took her beau to the shooting range to celebrate his 27th birthday. The couple chose their weapons, Kylie shooting a Glock and Tyga firing a .50 caliber Desert Eagle, gold of course, and an M16. Kylie admitted on Snapchat, "I'm scared," to her followers as the two were prepping their guns. The couple took turns firing at the target with an instructor there to help them with the recoil. Yes, that's right. Gangster rapper Tyga needed a shooting range staff member to support him so he didn't fall over from the recoil. Hashtag bad boy for life. In addition to Kylie taking Tyga shooting for his birthday, she also gave him a 60-carat diamond bracelet. Cha-ching! It looks like Kylie will spare no expense for her boo and really busted out the big guns for his celebration. Still to come, James Corden is set to host the 2017 Grammy Awards. Amber Heard has reportedly been sued for $10 million. And Jennifer Aniston likes to watch Friends reruns just as much as anybody. John Legend was seeing warning signs that Kanye West was in bad shape before he was hospitalized. The 37-year-old told CBS This Morning that he was with Kim Kardashian right before the incident, and he was concerned with what he saw, and he hopes he's getting some rest and some time to figure things out. Of course, John didn't go into detail about what he observed. By now, you've heard that Kanye was admitted for medical observation hours after canceling the remaining 21 dates of his St. Pablo tour. A source told Page Six that he's been suffering from exhaustion and sleep deprivation and went to the hospital on his own will and under the consultation of his physician. Rumor has it paramedics showed up in the afternoon to the home of Kanye's trainer after someone at the home called 911 saying Kanye was acting erratically. He was then handcuffed to a stretcher and taken to UCLA Medical Center.
Have you heard of this new trend called mansplaining?
When you gotta explain something as a man?
Yes, okay, but it's been so big that there's hashtags about it. People are basically having to report it. There's a hotline in Sweden because it got so big that men in the workplace just want to explain everything to women that they already know.
That ain't gonna make it in the United States, huh?
Why not?
That ain't gonna mansplaining never gonna be bigger than locker room talk. That's all I'm saying. Yo, no disrespect, I'm not saying who I support. I didn't support Donald Trump, but I support locker room talk. And when you start explaining stuff that goes on in the locker room, you disrespect the locker room talk. Nobody need to explain, son. Real deals don't explain. I don't explain.
Does he mansplain things to you?
He explains it.
I don't explain nothing.
He does.
But is it ever I already know that? Okay, I know that.
When the last time I explained something? Never. I don't explain nothing.
Seems like all of James Corden's carpool karaoke is really paying off. The Late Late Show host is going to host the 2017 Grammys, possibly thanks to the impressive singing voice he's demonstrated during his show's musical segments. According to E! Online, he says, "I'm truly honored to be hosting the Grammys next year. It's the biggest, most prestigious award show in music, and I feel incredibly lucky to be a part of such an incredible night." The British comedian was able to warm up by hosting the Tony Awards in June. According to E! Online, an executive at CBS released a statement saying, "James Corden's remarkable range of talents makes him a star on any screen and every stage. We look forward to bringing James's exceptional showmanship, infectious energy, and his undeniable kinship with music to the Grammy stage." Well, if his Grammy performance does as well as any of his YouTube videos, then millions of people are going to see it. Adele is ready to expand her family. The Grammy-winning singer just wrapped up the North American leg of her world tour in Phoenix and announced to the crowd that she was off to have a baby. Then she went on to tell the crowd that she'll see them in a couple years. The 28-year-old previously made headlines when she declared that she will quit touring for 10 years to focus on raising her son. And now it sounds like she's going to be giving her son a sibling. Adele has called her son her #1 priority and the most important thing in her life. In fact, she brought him on tour with her, but since he's starting school next year, he won't be able to join her anymore. A source close to Adele says that since she doesn't want to miss a moment of Angelo growing up, she will give up touring for him. The good thing is, she's considering a Las Vegas residency because it would allow her to be situated in one place. Either way, good luck to you, Adele, as you go for baby #2.
I gotta ask you, I don't know if you heard, Roddy Piper's daughter, Diamond Dallas Page's daughter, Hulk Hogan's daughter, starting an all-women's wrestling league. How do you think that will work? Do you think it's gonna work?
I think if there's a time for it to work, it's now.
It's now.
It's good for them.
It's could be sexy too, because they have lingerie football, so.
I don't know, but it's like, we want to be strong now. We don't want to be in our lingerie anymore.
Would you join the wrestling league if they asked you?
Oh God, that's the old grandma that trains people.
Remember the older lady that did the WWF?
Mayan Moolah?
Yes.
You want me to be Mayan Moolah?
She did it until her 90s.
Come on.
It appears Amber Heard has found herself in legal trouble. According to reports, the actress is being sued for $10 million for her part in an alleged conspiracy to sabotage the drama London Fields. Here's what's happening. A production company, Nicola 6, which is named after Heard's character in the film, sued Amber along with the movie's director for breach of contract because they refused to shoot the agreed-upon script and failed to show up at the Toronto International Film Festival to promote the film. The suit reportedly claims that while the inherent tension between actors and directors and producers are nothing new in Hollywood, the unauthorized and unlawful acts of Heard and others, notably their campaign to the picture and the picture's investors, are perhaps unprecedented. It goes on to allege that Heard refused to act in provocative scenes, meaning key scenes in the movie had to be removed or rewritten to accommodate her behavior. There's been no response from Amber. Now Dave Chappelle can afford to get fully baked because he's bringing in some serious bread. According to the New York Post, page 6, Chappelle struck a deal with Netflix that could be worth up to $60 million for 3 comedy specials that the streaming giant will release in 2017. Apparently, Chappelle has 2 of his old specials from his archive that'll be simultaneously released, along with a brand new special that will be produced by Netflix. Page 6 reports that the stand-up comedian was offered $20 million a special. Netflix basically has a war chest for this kind of content. Whether it's a loss or not, Dave Chappelle's special will get a lot of press and bring in new subscribers. He'll leave millions cracking up on their couches while he laughs all the way to the bank.
Hello, Jillian. You looking forward to Black Friday?
Huh?
You looking forward to shopping season?
I shop every day.
But if you could get one thing this Christmas, what would it be?
A rhinoceros beetle. They're legal in California.
Are they legal in Arizona?
Long time.
Looking great.
Well, thanks, honey.
Thank you, Jillian.
Bye, guys.
Have a great one.
It turns out Jennifer Aniston loves firing up old Friends reruns just as much as the rest of us. She tells the BBC's The One Show, "Yeah, I can't help it," when asked if she indulges in the sitcom that impacted a whole generation. Jennifer reportedly says, "First, I'm trying to remember which episode it is, and then half the time I'm saying to myself, I don't remember that." You get sucked into the nostalgia of it. Weird, even though Jennifer's watching herself, enough time has passed since she shot each episode that she doesn't even remember what takes place in them anymore. Jennifer does reportedly confess that she and her castmates don't really like the famous theme song that was attached to the show, and that whole dancing in front of the fountain thing was always seemingly silly. Still, she will always be there for that show. Still to come, Nick Cannon is reportedly expecting a new child with former fling Brittany Bell. Ashton Kutcher shares a touching story about his love for the company Airbnb. And Cate Blanchett and Anne Hathaway butt heads on the set of Ocean's 8.
So Nick Cannon has made it clear that he doesn't want to get married again, but that doesn't mean that he's done procreating. During an appearance on Power 105.1's The Breakfast Club, Nick confirms that he's expecting a baby with former Miss Arizona USA, Brittany Bell. And while they are reportedly no longer an item, he calls her a special young lady. Despite starting a family with Brittany, Nick reportedly won't refer to her as his ex, because according to him, Mariah Carey will be his last ex. He tells the radio show, "Everybody else is people that I've known, loved, and cared for." Of course, Nick already shares 2 children with Mariah Carey, and despite their divorce proceedings, People magazine reports that he and Mariah have always put the children first. We're sure Nick will also be putting plenty of love and support towards the new one, too. And we know Brittany has been happily celebrating her pregnancy on Instagram.
How are you, sir? Jordan, right?
Yeah, how's it going?
How is everything?
Good.
Good. How have you been since the movie?
Doing great.
Right?
I'm doing great.
You living the life? Are you living the life?
I'm living the life.
The good life, as they say.
The good life. It's better than the old life.
How do you like Trump for president? Good or bad? For rich people like you?
You know what? I think it's a great thing. I think the country should come together.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
We know Ashton Kutcher loves his investments, but we just assumed he was in it for the money. But the 38-year-old showed up to the Airbnb Open 2016, a festival of hosting in Los Angeles, and had some very personal, kind words for the company. He reportedly told a whole group of people that after his split from Demi Moore in 2011, he hopped on a plane to Europe and ordered an Airbnb to stay in upon his arrival. The hospitality of the host was an unexpected joy. Kutcher reportedly said, "I went to Europe and I flew in and got in the middle of the night. I arrived at the Airbnb at 2 a.m. The person had left me dinner and a glass of wine. It was the magic and the love that I needed at the moment. I was shocked that someone would care that much about a total stranger." It definitely sounds like Kutcher has invested just as much of his heart into the company as he has his money. The Game is about to have $7 million less to his name. According to reports, the rap star's sexual assault case ended with the 36-year-old being forced to pay a judgment to a reality show contestant. She sued the Compton rapper for damages, claiming he sexually assaulted her on more than one occasion while filming his dating show, She Got Game, back in 2015. The woman was hoping to gain access to Game's financial records to find out his net worth, but it was denied by a judge. Either way, sounds like she's about to get paid. The Game is reportedly looking to appeal the judgment, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. His legal team asserted the woman's history as a prostitute and time spent in a mental institution threw her credibility into question. Game was originally sued for $10 million.
Great. Hey, I saw this morning you were tweeting about how much you hate everyone. Fill me in, why is that?
It's tough to travel on the holidays, what can I say?
Oh, what happened?
Just the holidays, man.
When you think of Jennifer Lawrence, you probably think the girl has everything put together. But despite earning an Academy Award and millions of dollars, the actress tells Vanity Fair that she battles insecurity. The 26-year-old says, "You get ready in your hotel and you're like, I look awesome. Then you walk outside, see the outfits, and people who are like 7 feet tall and are like, I'm a piece of garbage. I'm not going out anymore." It's hard to believe J-Law has such insecurities, but she does. She tells Vanity Fair, "You might think you you know me, but when you approach me, you're a total stranger to me and I'm scared. I get very protective of my space. Sure, J-Law might seem like one of the most lovable girls in showbiz, but it seems like if she could still get paid to do her work with no audience and/or notoriety, she'd choose that path instead.
Chrissy Metz's character in her show, This Is Us, has a goal to lose weight, and luckily for Chrissy, she wants to do the same thing in real life. The actress tells TV Line that the character is parallel to my life, and that was a win-win for me. Because it's one thing to try to do it on your own, but as human beings, it's an ego thing. We're more likely to do something for someone else. In this case, she signed a contract that promises that her character will work towards a major weight loss goal. And we're sure that NBC will be sure to provide Chrissy with whatever she needs to make the journey easier. Chrissy tells TV Line, I, as Chrissy, want to do things that mentally, emotionally, and physically make me the best that I can be. That's the intention for our writers and the development of the character. You go, Chrissy.
Are you gonna win it all, you think? Where are you gonna put the trophy? Where'd be a good place to put it? If you win, I'm not jinxing you.
On the table at Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's...
Stuff my face around it.
Heck yeah. Now, do you cook?
No.
Oh, okay, no, so you get to...
We'll leave that to my mom.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
Now, do you do the ham with the Thanksgiving also? Because I like ham also.
I do everything.
Ocean's 8 or Ocean's Hate? Rumor has it Cate Blanchett and Anne Hathaway are butting heads on the set of the new all-female reboot of the popular movie franchise. An insider told Woman's Day magazine that Kate's very laid-back and easygoing, but Anne's rubbing her the wrong way. The insider added they had a few angry words and didn't speak for a few days. And now they're trying to keep things cordial, but it's difficult to say the least. According to reports, Anne is also butting heads with other cast members, but we don't know if that means she's got a beef with Sandra Bullock, Rihanna, or Mindy Kaling. The film is an all-female spin-off of the famous film that starred Brad Pitt and George Clooney. George will play Sandra's older brother, and he'll have a cameo in the film as her mentor, helping her with her heist. The film is slated for release in 2018. That's all the time we have for this week. With thousands of photographers stationed around the world, who will we snap next? To find out, tune in next week to Splash, the paparazzi's own TV show.